Hello and welcome back.
We're back.
Episode 3, long overdue.
It is. It's been
A few weeks,
2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
it has been a while. There's been many people saying, when's the next episode? I say, Mum, give it time.
Yeah, come on.
We're busy individuals.
Our loyal fan
Yeah.
is waiting, but we're here. We're good.
How are you? What have you been doing?
All right. I'm actually drained.
Yeah?
Yeah.
From self?
No, just from I got this property deal going through that we're trying to complete on, and it's just taking time and time and time. It's like, come on. So yeah, I'm just trying to get through that at the moment, which is all fun and games, but hopefully we're close. So,
Nice. How was your Thanksgiving?
yeah. I didn't say thanks once. I don't.
No,
think.
nice.
I don't really celebrate it, I guess. But yeah, what was that? That was last Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah,
That's when we
it
were
was all right.
going to film.
We were going to film it because we were going to do a thank you episode, I guess,
Yeah.
for Thanksgiving.
So this is it. Thank
yeah,
you.
thanks for watching. Yeah. There we go. Done. Right, end of that episode then.
Yeah, done.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was
Good.
all right. Yeah, didn't really celebrate. We're not American, are we? But
No.
I do get the tradition of it. I think we should be looking and say, all right, thanks. And I don't actually know the whole concept behind it or anything. So
no, I'm not
apologies
so
to any Americans out there if
I
I get it
actually
completely
have-
wrong.
A half American client. Shout out, Lauren.
Which top half, bottom half,
Middle.
middle half?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah, I guess it's just there to say thank you.
Yeah.
So
Giving thanks.
giving thanks. So what are you thankful for?
Oh, this is going to get deep, isn't it? What am I thankful for? I mean, how serious are we going?
You serious? Probably not a lot.
I'm thankful for this podcast so we can touch many a soul and spread
Okay.
the good message
Yeah.
of absolute bollocks.
Yeah.
What am I thankful for? I'm thankful for you.
Oh, thanks, mate.
You're welcome.
Any reason?
It's just very odd to meet someone similar to me. That's fucking worrying.
Just a bit of a height difference.
Yeah, a little bit.
And hair.
Yeah.
But apart from that, we're all the same.
Yeah. What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for you,
Thank
mate.
you.
I can't say that. Well, I have to say that, don't I? No, I am. I'm thankful for the friendship.
Yeah.
The like-mindedness.
Yeah.
Even if it's weird and bizarre.
You
I'm-
either have it or you don't. You can't teach it.
Yeah. It's one of those things that we're born with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thankful wise, I'm thankful for life. I know that's a big thing, but just life in general. Like I've had a shit year this year, but you know what? I'll get through it. I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for.
Would you change any of this year for where you are now?
I wouldn't change this year. I'd probably change the year before. Because
Really?
yeah, it's the year before which has
Kind of
led to
affected
this
this
year.
year.
Like, if we did things
Right.
a little bit differently, but would I change stuff? Yes and no. Yes, in fact, that I didn't really want to lose the business that we had,
Right.
but in a way, I'm quite grateful and thankful we have.
Yeah,
In a
fair.
way, like it's not nice letting staff go and people like that, but now I've got the freedom to do what I want when I want, and I kind of had that back then anyway. But I suppose it's more choice, and it's a fresh start. So right, here's what we do, because we over years and years we've made some good decisions, but we've also made some bad decisions that we kept with, and it's kind of like, we've kind of got that ingrained now. We need to do something different. But I think life in general,
Yeah.
pretty thankful for it.
Nice.
Health, fitness.
Well, we've clearly got a lot to catch up on because it's been a couple of weeks.
We have.
Obviously,
Snowden.
I went to Snowdon. It didn't happen, but there's quite.
Snow didn't.
Snow didn't. Snow don't.
No, don't.
It's more of kind of a story because what did I tell you about me going, or did I just say I was going?
You're
Did I give you
going-
much of a background to it.
No, you were going with your brother,
Yeah,
and then you were going to climb it one day and then hike the next day.
and that was all the context.
And
And
then-
was that kind of it?
Yeah, I messaged you on the Saturday, say, "Oh, good luck with it,"
Yeah.
and
then I said,
you
"Okay,
said thanks
do
or
it."
whatever, and then I said Sunday, "How was it?" and you didn't do it. Oh,
Yeah, there's a really interesting story actually behind it. So, my brother's obviously a videographer, and we've known a friend of ours for kind of 10 years. Me and my brother, about 14 years. My dad, who we met through an organisation, a guy called Derry. Shout out.
So this is the guy that you're going to do this big expedition thing.
Yeah. So, I think my brother reached out to him at some point this year, just about potential work. 'Cause there is a very well connected guy, mountaineer, motivational speaker, businessman, entrepreneur, angel investor, just an all round great guy, really. So he contacted my brother. It was probably a number of months ago now. He said, "Look," I said, "There as well." She said, "Look, I've got as a guy who's got like bionic braces around his legs because his name's Jamie McCanch, who's another motivational speaker and businessman. He's a really, really interesting guy." So it was basically around the time where kind of relationship wasn't at the time, kind of broke down even further. And then my brother got a call and said, "Look, there's a guy called Jamie, this is the position he's in. He wants to climb Everest." And Derry said to Jamie, "Look, before you do that, Kilimanjaro, see how you get on with the kind of bionic braces." And at the time, we didn't really know much about what this consists of. Anyway, Derry contacted my brother and said, "Look, the goal is to climb Everest in 2027. Derry's done it before the North Face. So in case no one knew, it's the south face of Everest that people usually climb, because the North Face, which is owned by China, was shut for many, many years. And it's not been, I want to say it's only been open, and I could be absolutely wrong here, but I think it's only either been open for 15 or 20 years. It might be way less, it might be way more, but it's not been that accessible." So have you seen Project Possible 14 Peaks, NIMS?
Yeah, NIMS.
Right, NIMS
Yeah.
diet.
Yeah.
So NIMS has only done the south side. So NIMS hasn't done the North Face. And he actually contacted Derry not too long ago to say, "Look, you've done the North Face. How is it you go about doing it?" Because basically, if you do the North Face in China, because it's obviously the Chinese government, if anything kind of connected to something they don't like, you can't. They can just like, you can get there and they go, "No, you're not doing it."
Yeah.
So like you could be wearing like all American gear, and because it's American, they're like, "No."
Yeah.
So
Just
Derry,
wear the North Face gear.
pretty much,
Just wear North Face because
yeah.
that's what you're doing. Is
And
that where it comes from, actually?
Well, I think so, because ironically, when Derry last did it, whenever there was the earthquake, I want to say it was 13 or 15. It was one of those 2 years. I can never remember. But one of Derry's sponsors was the North Face for him to do it. But when it happened, the avalanche happened on the south side. He had to come off. So anyway, kind of back on track with the story. So he said, "Jamie wants to do it. We want to film a documentary for it because it's quite an incredible story." So what kind of started off as quite an isolated thing for getting Jamie up Everest in 2027, which is still the goal, has actually kind of expanded more. And I can go into a bit of detail, but not much. So Derry said, "Look, if your brother wants to get involved, go for it." So there's going to be Derry doing it from a point of Derry's done it before. He didn't summit because of what had happened, and Derry's done a lot of the 7 summits, and the 7 summits are the highest summits in the continents in the world. So obviously you've got Everest is the biggest in the Himalayas. You've got Aconcagua, which is in South America. You've got Denali, which is Alaska, so North America. You've got Kilimanjaro in Africa. You've got one in Melbourne. You've got Mount Elbrus in Russia. You've got the North Pole and the South Pole. And I'm fairly sure it's all of them. I think I nailed that. There might be one I missed.
Yeah.
So Derry's done a lot of them. And so that's why Derry's going. Jamie's going to be going, obviously, because of his story, which I'll get into more detail in a minute. Then I'm going more for that kind of, I'm a personal trainer, and more for that mental health standpoint of, kind of, if someone says you can't do it, because initially Jamie was told he can't do it.
Yeah.
So that's when Jamie contacted Derry, and Derry said, "No, you can do it. We'll do the North Face." Because there's certain things the North Face doesn't have that the South Side does have. So Snowdon was kind of really for me, my brother, and the other cameraman that my brother's using, a guy called Will, to kind of spend some time with Derry, because I haven't seen him for years, and get to know Jamie on more of a personal level. So we met Jamie, who's an extraordinary bloke, but basically about 10 years ago, I don't want to butcher this story too much, so apologies if I do, but about 10 years ago, he kind of woke up and had what he thought was a back spasm and couldn't feel his legs, and he just thought it was a back spasm, but then he was paralysed. He couldn't use his legs. And over time he's been able to use them more, but like for 20 minutes, and the pain is just ridiculous. But they think it stemmed from shingles that he had at the end of the year before, because obviously it's all to do with nerve endings.
Yeah.
So from what I know, he's been in a wheelchair for about 10 years, and they're called, I believe they're called CAFOs. It stands for something, which is basically a bionic metal brace all the way from the groin, down the inside of the leg, round the knee, down the back of the leg, and onto the heel of the foot. So he can lift his knee up so high, and hopefully at some point he'll get kind of electronic one so he can lift his knee up higher. So the goal kind of started of let's get Jamie up Everest. So kind of the plan was go to Snowdon, get to know Jamie a bit more. Ollie can do some test footage and an interview of Jamie and Derry and kind of how it came to be what it is, which is now done. And when that's released as a podcast, I think I'd recommend anyone to listen to, because they're both very, very inspirational and motivational people. So it's kind of over the next year, there'll be a few expeditions we'll do. I think loosely the plan is at the moment for next year, it will be Snowdon to see how Jamie's kind of gets on with crampons, with CAFOs, and seeing how he's kind of moving. Mont Blanc, I think potentially just to see how us lot do with altitude. And then Aconcagua at the end of next year, which is the second highest of the 7 summits, which is in Argentina, which is not technical at all. It's just big, 7,000 meters, I believe it is. Kind of just to test us as a crew, as a team, and then it's kind of developed into something far bigger, which will kind of come to fruition more in January. I think on National Geographic Day is when the whole thing, what it's going to be, is actually going to be released. But yeah, that's kind of why Snowdon happened in a nutshell. But when I can talk more about it, which I can't really at the moment, it'll be a really interesting talking point to which it's going to appeal to a lot of people. And I think the general message is going to be for people who've been told they can't do something.
Yeah.
Fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah.
So that's why Snowdon happened. And yeah, obviously we didn't get around to doing it because Mountain Rescue said if you go up there and you need help, we're not helping you down. There's 100-mile-an-hour winds and it was absolutely battering it down with rain. But yeah, it kind of come back onto this year as a whole. Obviously I just asked you if you'd change anything, but in and amongst the chaos and the calm, for me this year, I wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah.
It's probably been, apart from when I was 20 and got to tour unbelievable venues, it's probably been the best year of my life.
Yeah.
Like, I really think, because not to get too deep into this, because I'm not into this kind of stuff at all. And there's one other thing I'll actually mention whilst I'm on about stuff that I don't really believe in. Do you know about what happens when you're 28? Do you know about this?
No.
Now, I don't know how true or not this is. I think what I'm going to say is true, but what happens when you're 28 may just be, I don't know, sheer coincidence. But it's when Saturn returns to the place it was when you were born. So it's in the exact same place in the sky on the day you were born when you turned 28.
Yeah.
Now Adele, singer Adele, has got the tattoo of Saturn on her arm, I think it is, because she had a wild experience when she was 28.
Yeah.
And I shit you not, I have this year. It's been fucking mental.
Yeah.
In a great way. That leads me on to my next point. So that's something you might have to believe in.
I kind of get it.
Yeah.
Because I started our business when I was 28 and everything changed that year because it was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I kind of looking back now, I didn't know it then, but things happened in my brain that said I want to do something. It was the passing of my dad which kind of sparked it.
Yeah.
But then it's that whole, I've never started a business before. I've always wanted to, but people were telling me, oh, you can't do that. You can't do this. And it's that whole thing of, well, I can, and I'll do it, and I'll show you I'll do it. That's quite...
But yeah, Saturn returns to where it was, in the exact same spot you were in when you were born. So if weird shit happens when you're 28, that's why, I think. And the other thing I was going to come on to, did I tell you, and I might have said this in another podcast, I'm not sure, have I told you about this 11 minutes past 9 thing or not? I might have told you, I can't remember.
No.
Right.
9/11.
Kind of. Not that bad.
No.
Do you ever get it where you see the exact same number or exact same time?
11/11.
Right. So you see 11/11?
Yeah.
Not all the time, but you go through stages of seeing it.
Go through stages, but that's only because Lydia's mum always says about it.
Right.
And then Lydia says about it, and I'm looking out for 11/11. Like, I'll probably see 22, 10 all the time. But
Right.
I don't associate with it because I'm not thinking about it.
Yeah.
But because I think about 11:11 and it's a number that is quite recognisable
Yeah.
and consistent, I think that's where you see it.
So I've had a really good experience with numbers over the last couple of months. When I was going through a really shit time, I would constantly see 11 minutes past 9. And this gets weirder in a minute. So I don't really believe in that kind of stuff, but it is what it is. Kind of go with it. So I was like, let's Google what that means. And apparently if you're into that kind of stuff, it means you're on the right track.
Yeah.
Now, in reflection, 100% fucking agree with it. Now, because everything is just snowballed into better and better and better. And the really fucking weird thing was, and again, probably total coincidence, I was training a client of mine, and we were just talking about how it's going, etc. She says, I'm really struggling with the weight loss at the moment. I was like, oh, how come? She goes, it just won't move. I was like, what are you weighing at me? She said 11. She said 9 stone 11. I was like, fuck off.
What time did she tell you that?
I don't know actually, but I just thought, what the fuck?
There's so many
That is a bit weird.
coincidences. But it's the red car analogy as well.
Yeah.
So you heard about that, where
Yes.
the red car, if you go out and say, right, I'm going to see red cars today, suddenly there's a load of red cars. Or when you buy a new car, you've never seen that car on the road, and suddenly you've bought a new car and every other car on the road seems to be the same car.
Yeah. But again, I think it's what is it? I think there's a name for it, but it's that like magicians use it. If is it the power of influence or something like that?
It is
It's something like that, isn't it?
positive affirmation type thing,
Yeah.
but not in that sort of thing.
But anyway, within that weekend,
Secret. If you've not watched Secret,
that's
that concept of.
Is that the book as well?
Yeah, the book, but there's a series on the series on TV. I don't know what one it's on, but that's basically looking into positivity and thinking about something. It will then happen.
Yeah, I think throughout this entire year, I've stayed positive about everything, and it has all paid off. Like I do think if you sit deep into shit that's going on, it just consumes you.
Yeah.
But anyway, on kind of that weekend, fucking hell, this is pretty funny. Part of it's funny and part of it's just random. I have got 2 bits of fun facts for you about pandas.
Okay. Fiat pandas or normal pandas?
Normal pandas.
Yeah.
So obviously, if you're a zookeeper, you're a zookeeper. That's your title. That's quite generic. Yeah. Do you know? Well, there's a specific qualification you have to do to become said keeper for pandas. When you are qualified, do you know what your job title is to look after pandas?
Bambooist?
No. You're a nanny.
Oh.
You're a nanny of pandas. And
nice.
And what do you call a group of pandas?
See, I was going to ask you this because it's something weird as a dog.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you because I think that whole group is something. I remember it's like strange. It's something completely odd.
It's an embarrassment.
Yeah, that's it. Embarrassment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. And also, something I actually... Oh, God, the dog's going to knock over the camera.
Enzo. Sorry, it's the dog a dog. This is my dog, and he is a pain. Out.
There you go.
Okay. He listened.
I am now, thanks to Jamie McCanch, shout out, and what we were talking about, I am now a member of the world's slowest growing religion.
Okay, I don't know how to respond to that. In what sense? Panda religion?
No, I am ordained.
Ordained.
I'll show you my certificate.
Okay.
I am part...
Something really weird happened in Snowdonia, didn't it?
Yeah. I am now part of Dudism.
Dudism?
I'm an ordained dude.
Who's your god?
We don't have one.
Oh.
Don't have a god. And you can Google this. If you Google Dudism, it's the slowest growing religion in the world. It's a philosophy, a religion, and a way of life. I
think all religion is a philosophy. All religions are, and this is going to get deep, and apologies if I offend anyone, it's not offensive, I don't mean to be offensive, but whenever you start talking about religion, you have to then caveat it.
Do you know what? I think it was Jamie that kind of taught me this, and I'm fairly sure this is right. A faith in something doesn't mean it's not real. Yeah. It just means you haven't seen it. I believe that's...
I think religion, like, believe who you want to believe. And it's the power of belief that is the most important thing.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's like, no one's ever seen Jesus that's
No.
around and alive. And I'm only using Christianity for that reason, but they're believing in this person.
Yeah.
And I get all that, but my belief is just, I believe in life. I believe in positive affirmation, and
Yeah,
who that God is or whatever, I don't know. But that's the belief. I'm believing in positivity. And yeah, that's religion. Like, it doesn't matter who your faith is or who you believe. I just don't see how people judge other people for a different belief.
Oh, no, it's ridiculous, isn't
Like,
it?
you're believing in, I don't get it. I don't get it.
That's
And
gonna, oh god,
that's where
gonna
wars
cause that
start.
war.
And I just think,
but
you know what?
also, thanks now, because I'm a dude. I'm a certified dude. I've also got an honorary degree in. I'm a doctor of philosophy in comedic science.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
I need to know more about this dudism though.
I think you'd want to be part of it.
Well, I'm tempted already. But
You know what? I've got my laptop.
oh, here we go. He's a converter already.
I'm an official dude.
There's so many questions.
And it's by the I've been ordained by the Church of the Latter Day Dude. So dudism. Here we go. Dudism is a philosophy, religion, or lifestyle that's inspired by the character, the Dude, from the 1998 Coen Brothers film, is it Lebowski?
Lebowski, yeah.
There you go. Dudism is based on the idea that there is a harmonious and life-affirming way to live in the present moment. And if you go on dudism.com, there you go. Come join the slowest growing religion in the world, Dudism, an ancient philosophy that preaches non-preachiness, practices as little as possible, and above all, lost of my train of thought there. Anyway, if you'd like to find peace on earth and goodwill, man, we'll help you get started right after a little nap. This is fucking me all over. And we have a little icon as well, as you can see there.
We'll put this onto the
we will.
the thing.
But
No,
yeah.
I didn't see.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, cool. I know what your next tattoo's going to be then.
Do you know what? Ironically, it's not that, but it will. Now, I said to someone I was speaking to yesterday, I said I can't wait till I get to the age of like 35 and regret all the tattoos I got when I was 28, because I've got another one next week.
Yeah.
And I've got another one in January.
So you're going to get Saturn?
No, I'm not getting that. I am getting 11 minutes past 9 though.
On an alarm clock.
I'm getting it on a clock,
Or on a sundial.
probably on my hand, which I'll probably regret, but fuck it, I don't really care.
Yeah, just don't put 9/11.
It'll be a clock, and you'll see 9 and then 11 minutes, and there might be an eye in the middle of it. And then I got this done obviously the other day, and I'm going to get the inside of my arm done in January, and then I'm done. He says, who knows? Yeah. But yeah, so I'm now an ordained dude. I know quite a bit more about pandas, and that's all.
Is that
happened.
part of it?
No.
No.
But it did all come from the same person.
Yeah.
And that's all on the inside of 2 weeks.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, I'm certainly going to look into dudism. Mate,
100%. I think it'll be right up your street. And whilst I'm on ChatGPT, I say we've probably got another 10 minutes or so. I thought, let's ask it something.
Go for it. There's a lot there. There's a lot to unpick. But I think, well, firstly, Jamie sounds amazing.
Oh, he's a legend.
Derry sounds amazing. Looking forward to seeing what's coming out for you next year. Yeah, sounds awesome.
Because I'd like to, obviously Jack Flakeney, I've briefly spoken to him about it, kind of, briefly about kind of what the next few years kind of entails. And I think if we get all our ducks in a row and the right people in place, I think that could also be a possibility to get Jack on board. But again, it's still very early days. There's still a lot needs to be planned, and when I can talk about more of it, I absolutely will. So it'll probably be January next year. But
I think we'll drop a load of links onto this description and the comments, because I think there's quite a few things we've unpicked here.
Yeah.
So we'll put Dudism on there if anyone wants to check it out. I certainly will.
Yeah.
Our friend Jack Fleckney, he's an adventurer. He goes around the world, basically taking groups of people to
shout out
things
Legend
like
Expeditions.
Kilimanjaro, etc. Like, the bloke's amazing, and he does some amazing things. A lot of it's charity as well, but yeah, go and check them out. They are absolutely incredible. And if you want to do an expedition with him, he'll help you. Like, awesome.
So we have 2 subjects to cover. We'll do, I reckon, 5 minutes on each. I think that'll be quite good. Sex ed for grown-ups. Things we're still getting wrong.
Everything.
Yeah, don't put it in her ear.
In her ear or rear?
Depends who you're talking about.
Yeah. Chris rear.
Speaking
of Christmas.
A hilariously raw chat about myths, misconceptions, and embarrassing moments in adult relationships.
We've kind of done that though.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, obviously, I couldn't get it up. I've had no issue since.
Good to hear.
What else? Oh God.
I mean, the fact that this is coming up on ChatGPT all the time about sex. And
Yeah, but bear in mind, this is my chat.
embarrassment.
GPT.
Yeah, true.
Like, that's hardly a shocker, is it?
I think if I put it into mine, I wonder what it comes up with. But
Yeah.
no, embarrassing moments. There was one time at a wedding. Like, I love weddings.
Okay.
I love weddings purely because obviously the people get married.
Yeah.
Really great day for them. But you know, Lydia. Yeah, it helps her.
Nice.
It helps me. Yeah, she loves a wedding. She loves a wedding. For that reason.
Interesting.
So yeah, there's times that we were walking back from a mate's wedding to a pub, and halfway on the walk, she decided she was.
Here we go. Weirdest place you've had sex. Go.
On a path, walking between.
On a path.
Walking between
Wow.
between the church and the reception or the pub.
Fair.
When everyone else walking
I've
past.
done it in a field.
Yeah, I actually chipped. I think I chipped a bone on that said night because of the floor.
Yeah, it's got to be
and
painful.
stones. Yeah, but yeah, I'm glad Lydia will appreciate me saying that.
Things we're still getting wrong. Don't go in too hard. You make your knobbing off.
Oh, on that subject, yeah.
Have you ever snapped your G?
No, my mate has.
Not your G.
The banjo. Yeah.
Fucking banjo.
My mate has.
Oh, but that fucking hurt.
Yeah, but every time when he was telling that story, all I could think of was a ding, 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 as it happened. But
Hear it pinging.
yeah,
Oh,
ding, 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 ding. He said it was awful and there's blood everywhere.
Misconceptions. Misconceptions.
Things
Yeah,
I
right.
consistently get wrong. There's something I always consistently get wrong.
Come on.
Is I don't choose the timing right.
Yeah. I've had that one.
Now? Now?
Is it in yet?
Yeah. Now? Oh. Yeah.
I was gonna. There was something that cropped up then into my head, but I can't remember what it was. There are several misconceptions, embarrassing moments. I've just thought of something.
Go on.
This wasn't me. Disclaimer.
Oh, yeah. My friend.
So I was with a client the other day, and the great thing about PTing is you chat with your clients about absolutely anything and everything. Yeah. And she's like in her 30s, and she was sleeping with this guy who's in his 30s. A bit strange. And she said, "Oh, so like he sent me this really, really weird video yesterday." I'm like, "Go on, what happened?" And she said so he's got like a housemate and he lives there, and he sent her a video of him like knocking one off on the side in the kitchen and then spaffing one over the microwave.
What? What? Why?
Don't know. Like, what goes through
Was he
your
trying to turn it on?
Very good. We should continue to turn her on.
As you went, ping! Yay.
Yeah, but what the fuck? Why'd you bust a nut over a microwave?
Was it reflective?
Imagine cleaning that up. Yeah, that was the other day she told me that.
Oh, what you got in there? Mayonnaise as well, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's just... yeah, that's wrong.
Well, there you go. That's sex for grown-ups.
Nice.
And the gym's secret, dirty little secrets. Dive into the unspoken truths and awkward encounters in gym culture, like those creative exercises people invent, or the silent but deadly moments that leave everyone pretending it didn't happen.
Did you ever find out who shit in the shower at the gym?
No. No, you do get some weird stuff.
So what weird stuff have you seen?
Oh, okay.
At a 24/7 gym, by the way.
Okay, so...
Have you checked the cameras at nights before?
No, so obviously I'm not allowed to do that. The CCTV is run by like a warehouse somewhere. That's all I kind of know. But yeah, you do see some weird stuff. You'll get like empty bottles of vodka like in the bins. So people come in and have been on one. There's been gym raids before, not at ours, but like the tiles you get in roofs.
Yeah.
What people do, and again, this hasn't happened in ours. It's just from what I've been told, but it's quite a hot spot for drug deals because someone will walk in with a bag, go in the changing room. This will be like late at night where there's not many people there. Go into the changing room, move a tile, put the bag in, move the tile back, and then later on, either the same day or next day, someone will come in and get the bag out. So people do that quite a bit. Again, we've never had anything like that where I work. We've had the odd thing, but nothing like that really. What else you get that's weird? You get some questionable substances left in like the sink and stuff. Bit odd. And in the showers.
Nice.
Very strange. I remember the shit in the shower. I think Ella had to deal with that. I never did, but that's the one thing I can't deal with. Sick and shit. Just absolutely not. I'd rather just leave it there.
Yeah.
What else do we get?
I went to. I was going through the airport one time, and I think it was when we were going to Lapland. I don't know why the location means anything, but we were with the kids, and then we were going through the security line.
Yeah.
And there was a obvious bag that was really tight and just like chucked on the floor. So someone obviously was just shit themselves and disposed it. But it's in the middle of the, and everyone's just walking around like nothing.
I've not seen much weird at this place of work. At my last place of work, we found, well, in the females' change room, they found like a fuck off dildo in its box.
Yeah.
We've had that. Yeah. Just the typical stuff. Working in the gym, you see some funny shit, but I think because of how often you see it, you kind of forget. Like you see people make up weird exercises all the time. There's a guy that will like lay on the floor in between like a dual cable machine. Yeah. He lays on the floor facing up and he'll put his feet up like vertical on the cable machine and do like rows. Like, what's the fucking point? It's bent over.
What's it doing? Yeah.
Some guy does some weird like stretches where he leans back on the bench, put his legs up in the air and then opens them out. Yeah, there's another. There
was a guy there when I was there as well, and you were like, look at him. He's doing,
so within gym culture, you have nicknames for people. Yeah. Like, well, in my last job, there was a guy called Half Rep because everything was great, and there was a guy called Quarter Rep because he was even worse than Half Rep. What other nicknames?
There's a guy that he used to go to the other gym I was at, and it was so quick. Everything was doing so quick. Yeah. And it must have been like really light, but it's just doing this and like it's not doing anything. No. There's no weight.
The biggest thing is people do things far too quick, or like they do half a rep or go too heavy, so have to completely compromise their technique just to move a bit of weight. People do that kind of shit all the time. But yeah, within gym culture, it's mainly like nicknames for people, and then you know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Or you'll be on the gym floor, and like this doesn't happen with clients, by the way, because I know what they're doing. You'll get like a text from one of the other coaches saying, "Fucking hell, look, Joe, look to your left." And you go, "Oh, fucking hell." That happens quite a bit, but you always get fucking some weird shit, man. You always get. Anyway, moving forward, we're getting into the winter time now, so we're going to have a Christmas special.
Yeah.
Which I kind of feel like we need a guest on for that. I'll be honest.
Santa. There we go.
Yeah.
I think we should do it in the evening.
Yeah.
And we should sample some of this.
Oh, God, yeah, that'd be hilarious.
Because this needs drinking.
I mean, I kind of think we should start off with the ones that are basically done. So, like, Woodford Reserve will get done in probably a glass or two. Yeah. As will Monkey Shoulder. Yeah. I think there's a lot here to get through. Proper 12, awkward.
So I'm really gutted I opened that.
Why?
Because they're not making it anymore, are they?
Are they actually not making it anymore?
Conor McGregor is not part of that anymore.
But it's his company, is it not?
No.
Did he sell it off?
No, he didn't sell it. They bought the shares off him. So I don't know if
to be fair, they'd have probably bought it for absolutely fuck all.
Yeah, but that is a bottle that he had his name against.
I think I've still got one. It's like empty, but I think I've still got a bottle because it actually genuinely does taste great. I really like it.
It's good. It's amazing. Like there's so many, like even the Hakeler, that's Beckham's brand.
It's all right though. I don't mind it.
Like they've been making whiskey longer than Conor McGregor. They've just put a name to it, and it just makes the brand. Like I would never have heard that probably without that name.
No.
So yes, he's done well for them.
Yeah.
But then you don't want to be associated with him.
No. Yeah. Well, there we go. That wraps up episode 3. We have actually I've got a couple of stories we can kind of go over next time that I've just remembered from like clients, because we told people to write in.
Yeah.
I kind of loosely got messages from people on WhatsApp about, oh, Joe, my client said she's had this experience. I'm like, absolutely. So I'm going to get a rack of them for next time.
Yeah.
We'll actually pencil them when we're going to do next week so we can catch up. But
definitely, we'll do them anonymously. Can never say that properly.
yeah.
Yeah, anonymous.
Peace, motherfuckers.
Nice one. Cheers, guys.